Okay, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for coming along. My name is Jo Ross. I am the founder of the Travel Tribe movement. Travel Tribe came to be about 14 months ago when I was working in family daycare. It was a career I absolutely loved, having my own business, and absolutely loved working with the kids. But what I found was that I had very little time freedom because I was locked in working from 7 till 5 every day. Needed to be there because people were relying on me so that they could get to their jobs. And also, I found that there was very little financial freedom. Working in a small business like that, you don't really get ahead. Working week to week, basically, just to cover the bills, and there's not very much left at the end of the month. So kind of felt a little bit stuck. My hubby and I absolutely dreamed of traveling. We love traveling, would love to go around Australia. And we just didn't see how that was ever going to happen. And because of that, it was also starting to take a bit of a toll on my health. Just that feeling of being stuck in the rat race and never getting ahead and not seeing a way out of being stuck in that situation where you're in. So I was on Facebook one day in one of our family daycare groups, and I saw a post from a lady I didn't know, and she was selling off some of her family daycare resources because she was closing up business. She posted that she'd found an online job that was giving her a better income. It was giving her all the time freedom that she wanted to be able to stay home and take care of her babies herself. And it was just based around whole food nutrition. And I was really, really interested. I said, "Oh, I'd love to see what you're up to." I sent her a message. She sent me a video that contained information that you guys are going to see here tonight. And basically, I've never looked back. When I had a look at what the products were, I was very, very interested. I'm actually a breast cancer survivor. So I was diagnosed about 5 years ago at the very young age of 33. It was completely out of the blue. I don't have any family history or any of the genes. There's no reason. My cancer was triple negative, so it's not based on hormones. So there's no reason that I should have got cancer, but I did. So that gave me a really big wake-up call as to what I was doing with my health and what I wanted to do with my life. So when she sent through the information about the products, I was very, very interested. What I loved about them was the fact that there's been so much research done on them. So these are our products here. They're called Juice Plus, and what they are is just fruits, vegetables, and berries in a capsule. Now, the ingredients that are listed on here are carrot, cabbage, kale, broccoli, beetroot, tomato, garlic, rice bran, parsley, spinach, oat bran. And they're all encapsulated in a vegan capsule. So there's nothing else in here except for the whole foods that are listed on the products. The other thing that I love about this is the way that these products are actually grown. So our fruit and veg that we get in the shops these days, even when we're trying to eat our 5 serves of veggies and our 2 fruits that, we're supposed to eat each day, we find it very, very difficult. And the ones that we do get usually are picked when they're green. They're not left to vine ripen, or they're ripened by gas, like our avocados are these days. These products are completely different. They're all left to vine ripen before they're picked, and then they're just washed, crushed, and then the juice is very, very slowly dehydrated, and that just removes the water and the sugar. So what's left has been proven to be still bioavailable. The enzymes and the phytonutrients are still available, and your body recognizes it as food and treats it as food. So your body gets flooded with this whole food nutrition. All of the farms that these beautiful fruits, veg and berries come off are 3rd-generation farms, which means we know what's in the soil. There's been no herbicides and no pesticides used for 3 generations of farmers. And that trying to find that quality of ingredients these days is amazing. All of our products, of course, are non-GMO, and there's nothing, as I mentioned, these are completely vegan. Even the capsule is made from tapioca starch, so that there's no animal products in there whatsoever. It's purely, so the fruit says apple, pineapple, peach, prune, orange, cranberry, papaya, cherry, date, and beetroot. Now, the research that I mentioned before that's been done on these is we're almost at 40 medical journals have done published studies on Juice Plus. We've done studies on absolutely everything. So everything from skin to internal digestion to your gums, gum disease, things like that. It's just amazing. So some of the best universities, best medical research centres in the world have done studies, and these are all available. If you've got a scientific background and you'd like that information, it's all available for you to have a look at. And yeah, we love sharing that with people who've got that interest. So we don't have very many products. We're not a catalogue company. We just like to keep things very, very simple. So these are our capsules. We also have the kids version, which comes for free with every adult order. So these are little chews. They come in fruit and veggie, exactly the same ingredients as the capsule, but instead of being a capsule, it's mixed with tapioca starch and pectin. It's in a little apple shape and it tastes delicious. The kids think it's a lolly. So this is an amazing way to give your kids 17 different fruits and veggies every single day. They're thinking it's a lolly, and the products come for free for 4 years if you've got kids aged between 4 and 18. We've actually been doing the world's largest children's health study. So for the 10 years that our company's been giving these products away for free, they've been getting the parents to report back on what they're finding with their kids as they take these. And what the research is showing is that children who take these Juice Plus chews are sleeping better, they are drinking more water, they have less days off school sick, they are on less medication than a lot of other children, their digestion is much better, they're much more regular, they go to the doctor less, and it's even starting to change their palates. So over time, like attracts like. So what you put into your body, that's what your body craves. So if you're living on ice cream and chocolate and chips, that's what you're going to crave. But if you're filling their little bodies with these 17 different fruits and veggies, even though they don't know it, it starts to change their palates. And we've got amazing stories from mums all over the world who over time, you know, they've been putting these veggies in front of their kids for years and they won't touch them. And then all of a sudden they're starting to eat them. They'll walk into the kitchen and find their kids in the fridge just munching on random veggies. And they're like, this has never happened before. And it's just amazing to see how their little bodies start to crave that great nutrition. So we love the fact that our company is so heart-driven that we give these products away for free. And then the only other product we have is our complete powder. So this is our protein powder. This looks after our macronutrition. It comes in chocolate and vanilla. Again, completely vegan. It's not like the shakes that you can buy over the counter in chemists and things like that are based on a lot of whey protein and milk products. These are based on, I'll just read it off the back. We've got chickpea powder, pea protein, soy protein, rice protein. We've got alfalfa sprouts, radish sprouts, aromath, broccoli, millet, pumpkin, pomegranate, spirulina, yucca, mushroom, all those amazing veggies that we need that helps us get the full rainbow effect, the one that we're always told, you know, eat a rainbow every day, which is so very hard to do. This is how this comes in and helps. So these powders also contain an amazing ingredient called niacin. It comes naturally, it's found naturally in veggies, but it's actually a natural mood enhancer. So it's what is in a lot of antidepressant and anti-anxiety medications. And what we're finding is customers who've been on this product for some time are actually being able to reduce or even get off a lot of their medication. So we never know what these products are going to do for a person because they are just fruit and veggies. But when your body's getting that nutrition that it craves and it needs, it starts to heal itself from the inside out. That's why we've got so many amazing testimonials. Our Facebook group's got over 260,000 customers on there now, and you can find a story about just about anything, whether it's hair, skin and nails, people who are suffering terribly from eczema and psoriasis, people who have a lot of digestive issues like Crohn's disease and endometriosis, so many different things. There's just amazing stories. So what I'd like to do is just hand over to one of our lovely girls here tonight who do have a story to share with us. Alyssa, can I get you to come off mute for me?
Yeah,
and just
yep.
Cool. Sorry, I think I've got a bit of a delay on my Wi-Fi tonight. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. No worries. Okay, hey everybody. Yeah, well, I suppose my product story is before starting with Juice Plus. I tell people all the time I was so tired, but I always try to get through to people. It wasn't just, you know, tired, I haven't had enough sleep or everything. It was just this soulful exhaustion. I just, you know, whether it was adrenal fatigue or what it was just, I felt like I could never get enough sleep, could never get rid of that exhausted feeling no matter what I was doing, and was quite depressed and down with all of that, actually, to be honest, and just feeling really crap. And then I had noticed that someone I knew who had been going through depression and all sorts of things started just glowing and looking like she was having the time of her life and so happy all the time. And when I asked her what she was doing, she said, hey, it's Juice Plus. This is what I'm doing. Since I've been taking it, I have all this energy back. And oh gosh, I'm losing my earpiece here. I have all this energy back, and I don't have those real slumps during the day, and much happier, peace of mind wise, and everything like that as well. So like you were saying, Jo, you know, you just don't know what it's going to do for people, but I think it's definitely, for me, has done that. It's lifted me out of that really depressive sort of stage, and given me energy that I needed. My skin, my hair, my nails are fantastic. I was actually just looking this evening. I don't know if you can see in here. Oh, here, look, I'll take my hair out and show people. I have got regrowth here that comes out to about there. I actually coloured my hair 6 weeks ago. That's insane. Like, that's insane growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, to there.
I have exactly the same problem.
Yeah. It's just, I was looking at it, checking, oh my God, look at my hair, please don't look at the greys and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's just like growing off the charts. I can't, you know, which is great because I'm growing it again. But that's a huge amount of growth. It just goes to show, you know, everything I'm putting in is doing all the good stuff. So like, I'm feeling like my skin's heaps better as well. I feel more glowy now and everything. So it's coming from the inside out. But definitely feeling that tiredness is gone like that. I mean, if I'm not getting sleep, then I'm going to be tired. But that just exhaustion for no real reason has gone. So, you know, it just goes to show, yes, well, if you're putting the good stuff in, you're going to feel really, really good. So it's changed a lot of things like that for me. My husband and daughter have it as well. My husband has IBS or IBD. It's really bad for him and a lot of supplements and things he can't tolerate or take. So he's not getting the nutrition he needs because food just doesn't process properly in his body the way he needs it to. And then if he takes a supplement instead, it irritates him, and then he gets a lot of inflammation and problems from that. Because this is just food, he can take it, but because of the way it's been dehydrated down and freeze-dried and everything like that, he sort of puts it as, it feels like when you're actually eating a lot of different foods, sometimes they gurgle in his belly a lot. This won't. It's, you know, he takes it, it uploads to, you know, so he absorbs into his system really quick, all the nutrients of it and everything, but he's not having that issue with his tummy with it. So so that's a bit of a lifesaver for him, actually. That's really, really important. And my daughter with the chews, she's not as crazy about the veggie ones as the other ones, but they are just like a lolly. I like to snack on them, actually. I really, really like them. But my daughter, I find when she's on them, she's less cranky. She bounces out of bed earlier in the morning. It's easier to get her up for school, and not chasing the sweets as much. And what you're saying before, Jo, about it changes your palate. I've actually found myself too in the house, because we have someone else that lives with us as well, and the boys will be wanting to have ice cream or chocolate and everything, and I'm going, no, I don't want that sort of thing. The other night I was sitting there thinking, God, I'd love a persimmon of all things. So definitely you do see that palate change happening when you are chasing healthier stuff. But yeah, so I suppose that's my story in a nutshell, a little bit with things. So with the product, but it's definitely made a huge difference to my energy and just all that general health and well-being, and like I said, hair, skin, nails, all that sort of thing. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much for sharing with us.
No worries.
And I like the fact you did bring up something there. It is just food. So a lot of people worry, you know, when you read a lot of supplements and things like that, you can't take them when you're breastfeeding. You can't take them when you're pregnant. Yeah. Children under 6 can't have them. The elderly can't have them, things like that. This is just food. So unless you're actually allergic to the carrots or the cabbage or the kale or whatever's in them, there's no counter interaction, I think it's called. You can't, anybody can have this. So babies from 6 months old, we've got mums who've got bubs with terrible eczema and things like that. They're actually pouring a little bit of the capsule into bub's milk, mixing that from 6 months old, and we've got amazing testimonials. So we never know what it's going to do for people, but just getting that whole food nutrition in there can work wonders. So now I'd like to hear from Deb. Deb's been on the product for a little while. How are you, Deb?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you. So can you tell us a little bit about your experience on these products?
Yeah, sure. It's actually I think it's been about 8 months now. Oh, no, 9 months now since we started the products, myself and my son. I was actually looking for a job, an extra job for an extra income, and once Joe had explained to me about the products, I got super excited about them because, you know, I've always, you know, was always looking for a healthier option because I actually have a son who, you know, at the age of 10 and 11, he actually weighed 76 kilos, and then he gradually increased his weight up to 83 kilos. And, you know, he was quite a big boy and constantly getting teased at school and everything like that. And over the last 8-9 months, he's actually changed so much. It's quite astonishing. I didn't really, you know, I think I live with him every day, so I don't really notice it that much. But then somebody pointed out to me how much he's lost so much weight. And since we did start the Juice Plus, you know, like I did notice with him and myself, the increase in energy that we were having every day. I would work all day and I would come home of an afternoon, you know, regardless of what time I came home, and I would always have a sleep of an afternoon. I was struggling, you know, getting a decent night's sleep, tossing and turning and things like that. Getting out of bed the next morning was absolutely atrocious, along with my son. You know, it was a bit of an issue trying to get him out of bed as well. And that's so, and, you know, I think it was about 4 days in, and I just sort of thought, oh, wow, you know, like I do feel better. And then it was about 2 to 3 weeks in, and I was just like, I've not had any nap of an afternoon after work or anything. I'm feeling pretty good, and just the sleep at night time was absolutely, you know, a godsend. And to be able to get up in the morning and to see my son get up in the morning, you know, without any issues, you know, like sleeping in, pressing that snooze button, you know, an extra 5 minutes, no, let's go for an extra half an hour, we'll see how we go. And then you're in the big mad rush trying to get off to school and trying to get off to work. but yeah, it's turned our whole life around in many ways. My son now, who's 13, he's actually lost a lot of weight. He's down to 70. I think the other day he was down to 72 kilos. And, you know, that's just quite astonishing, you know, and he's loving it. And it's not for, you know, increase in exercises or anything like that, because I must admit he's probably lazier now than what he was a year ago.
Teenagers.
But, yeah, it's absolutely shocking. And but the whole eating with him, you know, like I would have never ever been able to get him to have any sort of salad whatsoever in his life. But I think it was probably about three months in to Juice Plus. I think, no, it was only a couple of months in, and we were up in Mackay for Christmas, and lo and behold, he just shocked me. It was a case of, oh yeah, I'll have some lettuce and I'll have some beetroot and I'll have some of this, but no tomato. But, you know, like he had started to have salad, and I just sort of thought, that's a bit weird. And even his Uncle Tony said, what's happened to him? And I said, I don't know. But now, on a regular occasion, he will have a salad. We have salads nearly, you know, if not every night, every second night for dinner. He eats his veggies now, and he will eat a variety of veggies, not just the basics like potato or pumpkin. He will actually eat zucchini, spinach, just a whole variety of veggies. And, you know, like I tried, you know, several years ago to get him to eat all sorts of fruit and veggies. He's a bit sceptical on the fruit. He does actually eat mandarins now for a change. Loves his watermelon and everything. But, yeah, even myself, you know, like I was never, ever a fruit eater. I couldn't stand fruit at the best of times. I would rather pick up, you know, like, you know, some sort of vegetable or something like that and have a big bowl of vegetables of an afternoon for a snack instead of eating a piece of fruit. I would never have oranges in my house. I would never have apples. But now I have oranges, I have apples, and I have bananas and a variety of other things in my house that I never thought I would have. So, yeah, but, you know, I think the biggest thing is, like with my young lad, just to see the changes in him over the last 9 months is just amazing. And I'm so happy that I've found this.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. I know you're going to talking about writing up a little testimonial for him, so I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I am. I'm waiting to, because he's got a shirt and shorts that he wore November last year while we were down in Tamworth, and I actually want him to put the same shirt and shorts on again.
Oh,
to
yeah.
show the difference.
That's fantastic.
And that's so, because he did it, just sort of, I was looking through the picture and I spotted the picture and I'm like, no way.
Oh, that'll be
yeah,
so
it
good for
is
his
really,
self-esteem too.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Deb. Again, just another example of how we never know what it's going to do for people. We've got thousands and thousands of weight loss stories because most of us are overfed but malnourished. You know, the food that we get these days, high in calories but not high in nutrition. So our bodies are literally starving to death. And that leads to all of these incredible, terrible degenerative diseases that we're all getting. You know, I used to think I ate healthy, but when I really looked at what I was eating, not a lot of nutrition in it. So I know that that definitely contributed to me ending up with cancer at such a young age. So now that we know better, we get this opportunity to flood our bodies. I'm I'm the same as what Alyssa said before. 4 weeks of regrowth. I'm going to the hairdressers tomorrow. So it's one of those quality problems that when your body's happy and healthy, you know, your skin, your hair, your nails, things like that, that's just the icing on the cake. So as we've heard, we do have a business behind this. Now, this business I was incredibly skeptical about. I had no idea how this was ever going to work. And one of the things that you know, I was worried about was that I would need to know lots and lots of people. Now, I live in a tiny little beach town. I only really knew the mums of the family daycare ladies who I was working with. So I was like, I've got less than 100 friends on my Facebook page. How on earth is a business like this going to work? You know, I didn't want to be one of those people that had to go and hunt down all my relatives and all of my past friends. And I was reassured that that's not how this works, and I'm happy to say that that's true. So over the past 14 months, I have been able to build up an amazing business. I have been able to close down my family daycare. I now just do this for a couple of hours a day, and I get a full-time income. I've been able to retire my husband, who is a plasterer, and we are now sitting in our caravan getting ready to travel around Australia. We've just sold our house, and in about 5 weeks' time, we take off for a couple of years. So I want to show you exactly how that's possible. So to start with, the lady who introduced me to the business, her name was Katrina. That's the lady I contacted on Facebook who told me all about this. I'll pop me on Spotlight so we can see. So Katrina shared this business with me. As I mentioned, I had those couple of family daycare mums. So I shared it with Beck. Told Beck what I was up to. She absolutely loved the idea of being able to stay at home and take care of her own babies instead of having to drop them off at my place. So she jumped straight onto the business, especially when she saw how amazing the products were for her little ones. Beck then shared this with a girl she worked with, Angela. Angela then shared this with her daughter, Jacinta. And straight away, out of just talking to Beck, I've got a few more people in my team. While this was happening, I was on Facebook one day and I saw a post from a lady named Beryl. Beryl was in her early 60s and was posting about the fact that she'd been to hundreds of job interviews, but because of her age and the fact that she wasn't very computer literate, she couldn't get a job. She was going to lose her house and things were getting very desperate for her. So I sent her a message and I said, look, I don't know if this is for you, but this could be a way to earn some extra money until, you know, you get on your feet and you don't lose your house. Beryl loved the products, loved the business model. So she jumped in and shared it with her daughter, Katie. Katie loved it as well. She shared it with her friend, Alyssa, who's on here tonight. Alyssa shared the business with her friend, Tony. So as you can see, just from me having one friend and reaching out to one person on Facebook, I've suddenly got all of these people in my team. Now, while this is going on, these people are having conversations of their own and they're talking to their friends and their family. They're posting on Facebook about what they're up to and they're sharing the results of the products that they've had. I've also shared this business with a lady. I put a post up asking if anybody was interested in making a travel fund because I love travel, so I love helping people to be able to do that as well. Denise is a school teacher who absolutely loves travel, but, you know, her partner had lost his job, so they didn't have a lot of funds left over to be able to do that. So Denise jumped into the business, shared it with her partner, Greg, also shared it with her friend, Taku, and shared it with her mum, Gwenda. As you can see, as people just organically have these conversations, post about what they're up to on Facebook, things just start to grow. And this is what we call the popcorn effect. So out of all of this, I actually only knew Beck. The others came from Facebook. So over time, this has now branched out into over 120 people in our team. And out of everybody who's now in our team, I actually only know 3 of them. I've had the privilege of meeting many of them now and giving them all hugs and spending time with them, but I actually only knew 3 of them at the start. So that just goes to show how our business can grow. One of the other things that people worry about when they hear a business model like this is they worry that it's some kind of scheme or a scam. People have heard the phrase pyramid scheme, things like that before, and they're afraid that it's somehow illegal. So Deb's going to show us tonight. Just want to reassure everybody, pyramid schemes are illegal. This isn't one. They've been illegal since the 70s. Our product and our company's been around for 40 years, and our product Juice Plus has been around for over 30. So we're definitely not illegal or anything like that. Our products are approved by the TGA. So that's pretty special. But Deb's going to show us tonight how our business model actually works. Go for it, Deb.
Again. Okay. So, like Joe said, a lot of people get, concerned about whether this is like a pyramid scheme or anything like that, which it's not. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought totally. So it's not a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes have been illegal since the 1970s. But, if you wanted to look at a pyramid, you could possibly look at a traditional business, what they call a traditional business, who has a CEO up the top. And then you have like your vice presidents and maybe your area managers. Store managers maybe. And, I'm not sure what else. Store managers, and then your department managers, I suppose. And that's so, but everybody will start down the bottom. And for you to give up your time every day to earn next to nothing, I know I work my butt off every day trying to get somewhere, and I do struggle a bit, used to struggle a bit and everything like that. And to try and make my way up to the next level, it was a non-happening thing, because you got to fight with everybody. Then you've got to, you got to put in more hours, and which takes more time away from your family and from your home, and doing the things that you love. You just don't have time for any of it. So yeah. So to me, that is like a traditional business, like your Woolworths, your McDonald's, and even the business that I work for a lady now. She's the boss of her own business, and I'll never ever get to the top on that one. And that's so. But unlike Juice Plus is more like a rectangle, and every one of us starts down the bottom as a VF. That's where I started. And then thanks to Joe and Katrina, I've been able to make my way up to SC. And that's what how it works, is that it's a teaching business, and Katrina's taught Joe, and Joe's then taught me, and so I've been able to make it to SC. And that's so, because you go from VF to DVF to SDVF, and all the way up to the very top is NMD. My writing's shocking tonight. And it doesn't matter whether I started at a VF or one of my teamies started at a VF. Any one of us can work our way up to the top at any stage without having to fight with one another, without having to kick somebody out of the road or anything like that. And, as I've said, that Katrina and Joe have helped me get up to where I am at SC, and Joe's helped Denise to get up to SSC and things like that. So, it's just a teaching business where you sort of help one another to, gain the confidence, to gain the experience, and to learn from the system that has been in place for many years now, or a few years now, and it works. So, yes, it's a teaching business, and we can all get to the top at any stage.
Awesome. Thanks, Deb. That's right. It is very different to traditional business where we do all work together as a team. We don't, we've got to help each other. You cannot get to the top on your own. And what I love about the fact is it's no longer swapping dollars for hours. You can go to work in a traditional business and no matter how hard you work, you're only going to come home with your $22 an hour. Whereas in this business, the more people you help, the more time, the more effort you put into it, the more you are rewarded. So anybody can get to the top in this business, like Deb said. Doesn't matter if you come into this as a cleaner, as a school teacher, as a computer repairman, as a stay-at-home mum, politician, we all come in at exactly the same, and we all get the chance to rise to that NMD position. So what I would like to share with you now is how we get paid, because it's all well and good to be doing a fantastic business where we're helping people, changing their health, changing their wealth, but we need to be making our ends meet and creating a fantastic lifestyle for ourselves and our family as well. So we're actually lucky enough in this business to get paid in 3 ways. Oh, let me pop this on Spotlight again. Okay. Move that down a bit. Okay. So we get paid in 3 ways. First way we get paid is a retail profit. So every time we connect a customer with those products via our virtual office, the company pays us. They say, thank you very much for connecting us. Here's the retail profit. So we don't do any of the shipping or any of the handling or any of the taking of payments. We have an online office that we can access from our phones or our computers anywhere that we have Wi-Fi. And we just simply connect the customer with the company. We get paid a retail profit for doing that. We also get paid a commission. Now, as we go up the levels, we get more and more commission. Also, not on just what we do, but also on what our team does. Because we are a teaching business and our company does like to thank us for all of the hard work we go into helping other people build a business, we get a commission on that as well. We also get bonuses. Now, bonuses are what we like to call the fun money. We have an unwritten rule in our team that bonuses are supposed to be spent on yourself and not on the bills. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the bonuses tonight because they are unlimited and you can have as many of these as you would like. So when we come into this business, we come in as a VF, a virtual franchisee. Within your first 10 days, you can get your first promotion, get to DVF, and get a $100 thank you bonus. Now, the company does that as well as pay you the retail profit to say thanks very much for getting started strong. You can then, in your next 40 days, get to SDVF. That is a $400 bonus, and not only for you, but also for your teacher. As we've mentioned, this is a teaching business. So every time you help somebody get that $400 bonus, you get it as well. We've got somebody on the call tonight who is almost an SDVF. Teal has been with us for a little while. Teal, I'm just going to pop you on Spotlight and get you to share your story with us. How did Juice Plus come into your life and how have you found it so far?
So my sister-in-law had seen a post on a buy, swap and sell page and was interested and was speaking to me about it. She was undecided and we decided we'd do it together. I had heard a little bit about Juice Plus, so I did know about the products and basically that it was a good company. And so since I've started, I have just found it amazing. Joe, you put a post up the other day about it being a personal development course in disguise, which is just so true. It's full of amazing people who just want to lift you up, encourage you. There's no nastiness, there's no bitchiness, there's no fighting for jobs or things like that. So I found that's something that's really touched me, like really resonates with me a lot. So I was just finishing maternity leave when I started this, and I've been able to go back to work part-time instead of full-time, so I've been able to stay home more with my kids, which means the world to me. And I'm hoping that next year I can just focus solely on Juice Plus, and I'm on track to do that, hopefully. And yeah, it's just awesome.
How amazing will it be to be able to stay at home with your munchkins full time?
It'll be the best. No more daycare. It'll be really good.
No more kids bringing home the sicknesses and all the rest of it, and you knowing exactly where they are all the time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good. And that's why we do attract so many mums into this, because of that, just to have that ability to be able to spend that time. The kids can still go to daycare, but when you want them to, so that you can do, mum care and take care of yourself as well, to be able to have that choice and to be able to give that choice to people is just amazing. Thank you so much for sharing.
That's all right.
Okay, so we've got SDVF. Next comes SC, and that is a $600 bonus, not only for you, but also for your teacher. Next is SSC, which is a $1,200 bonus for you and the person who taught you. And remember, these are unlimited. It's not just you get this once. You can help 5 people get there and get that 5 times. You can help 50 people get there and get that 50 times. It's really up to you. QNMD is a $1,500 bonus for you and your teacher. And then our pinnacle position in Australia is called NMD, and that is a $3,000 bonus. Now, when you get there, your teacher doesn't get the $3,000 bonus, because by that time they're already NMD as well. And the starting wage for around about when you get to NMD position is approximately $100,000 a year. So just to give you an idea on the sort of time frame, everybody's different. You can take this business as fast or as slow as you like, but I was able to get to this position here in exactly 12 months. So just to show you what is possible, people are doing it faster. People are taking their time and doing it around a career and just using this for extra income. So the options are unlimited. This can be anything that you really want it to be. But what we really encourage people to do is just dare to dream again. Like so many of us think we get caught up in that rat race, thinking that we have to go to work, we have to commute for an hour, we have to sit at a job that we don't like, we have to go home unfulfilled every day, doing something that doesn't light us up. And that's what we really want to encourage, show people, is that you don't have to be caught up in that rat race anymore. There are other options. More and more businesses are going online these days. And, this business we can do from anywhere. We have customers and teammates in 25 different countries, but we can actually work from anywhere in the world where we have Wi-Fi. So the sky really is the limits. There's no reason why this can't be a complete game changer for you, your family, your friends. So I'd just like to thank you for all listening in tonight. If this isn't for you, if this isn't something you're interested in, but you know of somebody who you think that this could resonate with, we'd love for you to pass this video on or share this information. We are a word of mouth business. So yeah, we'd love for you to share this with anybody who you think this could resonate with. Thank you very much for your time tonight, and we appreciate it.